Welcome to The Dish with David, serving up piping hot news and tips for actors, all from the comfort of my car. What are we talking about today? Demo reels. So, what is a demo reel? I think you know. It's video. It's a video of you doing your magical acting show. I'm going to have some tips later about how to make, or what are usually components, or what's usually included in your demo reel. I have a few tips later, but first I wanted to just talk about how it's very challenging early on in your acting career to get footage from projects that you've booked. That can be challenging, so it's often hard to edit stuff together because you don't have the stuff. You don't have your material. On projects that are copy, credit, crafty kind of stuff, you'll get a copy of your footage, copy of the film, a digital copy. You'll get credit on IMDb, and you'll get fed. So that's typical on no budget shoots. In case you didn't know that, that is kind of the standard. But if you haven't booked anything, you don't have anything. And if you've done some shoots but you haven't received the footage yet, you're kind of in a waiting pattern, so you're waiting for your footage. So what's an actor to do? Go ahead and make your own stuff. Create your own demo reel. I think the industry accepts it now, especially if you can create something that is well produced, but I have even seen actors using really good self-tapes and putting that on their casting profiles to stand in for a legitimate demo reel. Because in breakdowns, in casting calls, everything now, for the most part, says, hey, we're looking for headshots, resumes, links to your demo reel. The expectation is that in order to be competitive, you have to have a demo reel. In larger markets like Los Angeles, you can go pay a company, you can pay for this service. I'll drop a few links below. You can pay up to $2,000 to get a reel, a scene professionally shot and edited just for you, an original scene. What do casting directors think about that? What do producers think about that? I don't know. Obviously, I can't speak for all the different casting directors, producers out there. But I think at the end of the day, people want to see good work. So if you can create something on your own, whether it's a monologue or a scene, if you can do it yourself, I think usually something is better than nothing. However, pump your brakes. You have to make sure that the quality is good and that the acting is outstanding. So when you're putting together your own stuff, whether you're writing a scene, putting up a self-tape, taping a monologue, it's got to be good. It's got to be good. Because if you have really great headshots, and you know this, right? You know that the most important thing for an actor, the most important marketing tool is the actor's headshot. Right underneath that, competing, almost taking over, but the demo reel, I think, is the next important thing. Now, of course, there's more to it than that. Relationships are super important, paying your dues, yada, yada, yada. There's all kinds of different things that will help you kind of climb the ladder and become super competitive in this very competitive business. But I really think that the industry has changed. I think in a really great way, because self-taping, all these things that we can do on our own, which often save time and which sometimes create better auditions. I think that's usually great, although there's a lot of really great things about being in the room and working with a casting director or a producer or someone who's running the session. That is very, very helpful for a lot of actors. But learning and knowing how to self-tape, how to edit, and having the comfort of just grabbing this device and getting out there and making video content, the power is now in your hand to create really amazing things and to share them with people and show folks, hey, this is what I do. This is how I can crush it as an actor. You can show people your talent by creating your own stuff. Now, when it comes to creating your own content, making original content, or paying someone else to make it for you, you're going to have some options. Going to Los Angeles, obviously I'm in the Pacific Northwest. If you are an actor with means and you can get to Los Angeles, and there's a lot of companies down there that specialize in creating original scenes for actors, filming scenes for actors, and they've been doing it for a long time, so they're obviously pretty good at it. It comes with a price. I mean, I was browsing, and you can pay, up to $2,000, if not more, for a 3-minute scene, which is, in my opinion, that's a lot of money. Is it worth it? I honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it for you, but it's a lot of money. There's obviously packages that are less expensive, and a lot of times there are also other companies that will just shoot a really nice monologue for you. It looks like in some of these companies, they shoot against a green screen and then they kind of superimpose a background. So it kind of looks like you are somewhere other than a taping studio, which, I don't know. I mean, it looks a little hokey to me, but remember, what casting is looking for is they're looking for talent. So, in my opinion, as long as we can see you clearly, hear you clearly, and the acting is amazing, I don't care what's going on behind you, as long as it's not distracting me. In order to be competitive, you have to try to figure out ways to show casting that you are talented. I think Stella Adler said, having talent for your talent is super important. And to me, that means knowing what your strengths are and then broadcasting, branding, and sharing those strengths as often as possible with people who can hire you or put you in a position to be creative as an actor. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I did say I was going to mention a few things about what goes on a demo reel. Well, basically, you probably already know this, savvy actor, but if you don't, theatrical and commercial demo reels usually don't appear on the same reel, so I would usually keep those things separate. A lot of times also, usually shorter is better, so 90 seconds or less for a demo reel. You can also, instead of having a 90-second demo reel with 2 or 3 different projects or 2 or 3 different clips, you can also have a 30-second clip that's just you as one character, one role, and just use that one clip. Put that on Actors Access or wherever you're hosting your content, wherever your talent profile is. You can have a longer reel, but you can also have individual clips. Once you have a lot of footage, you can certainly have things like, hey, here's my comedy reel, here's my dramatic reel. That's totally fine. Basically, there are some guidelines, but just be smart. Ask your friends. Connect with me. Keep exploring. Keep experimenting. One thing to consider, of course, lead with strength always. If you have a 90-second reel, put your strongest stuff at the beginning, obviously, right? When we click play, it's best if the first thing we see is your face talking. So, boom, I click play and I see you talking, and you're in a medium close-up. That would be great. Close-up, medium close-up, maybe a medium shot. If I'm watching on a phone and I just see a lot of stuff that is a 3/4 shot or full body shots or just these wide shots, I don't really get to see your face as well. And unless you're doing like a stunt reel with a lot of action and fighting and all that kind of stuff, try to look for clips that has closer coverage. Obviously like this shot right now, this is basically a medium, so we want to see you. We want to be able to see your face and really watch your work, so look for that. I can't cover all of my favorite tips for actors when it comes to crafting a great demo reel, but that's a great place to start. Short and sweet. When we click play, we want to see you talking first. Try to find clips that are close-up, medium close-up. We want to see your face. Leave us wanting more. Make sure you lead with your strongest material, and absolutely go out there, do it yourself, create your own stuff, start writing your own material. You don't have to write monologues necessarily, but find some great monologues. Those are often easy to tape. You can put those up. Those are going to probably be there can be fewer pain points when it comes to monologues, right? You could do it yourself, most likely. If you have a self-tape setup and it looks great, if your audio sounds good, your lighting is on point, you got that neutral background, and if you can put together a stellar monologue, that might work for some casting. It might not work for other casting. They might go, oh, okay, this is all they have. They're clearly newer to the business. I am casting a very big budgeted feature film, but hey, you never know. Again, casting what they have to do is they have to find the best actors for the part. And all you can do is you can do your best and show your amazing talent through your acting choices. And when you're making a demo reel, whether it's a monologue or a self-tape that you're sharing, or you're paying a company to create original content for you, you always have to just put together really stellar acting, because that's what they need to see, right? They've seen your headshot, they love your headshot, they click play, it's got to be good. Otherwise, the headshot might have already intrigued them, but then if they can immediately click play and the material, the video is not good, that may lose you an opportunity that you might have had with a great headshot. Cool. I am hoping to talk to one of my friends in the industry about this a bit deeper to get a perspective from the other side of the table. I'll let you know when that is happening. Well, I think that kind of covers it. Thank you for watching. I know this has been a longer episode than usual. I try to keep these short and sweet because, hey, just like a demo reel, it's hard to keep people's attention nowadays. I hope you learned something. If you enjoyed this channel, please hit subscribe, share it if you find it useful. Let me know how things are going. Let me know what you are doing with your demo reels. And, of course, break a leg at your next audition.